Here I have some dahlias. We're still a week out before we get temperatures about 50 at night. This one's doing great. That one's dying. I still need to figure out evergreens. I have some chives. I can't wait for these to bloom. A dying ranunculus. Some hollyhocks on the ground. My nephew broke my mermaid the first day I set it out, so somebody gave me that pineapple. So that was gonna be right there, this lilac. I can't wait for it to give me some shade in this patio. Same thing with this peach. It was full of blooms just yesterday and now it's leafed out. Oh, and this phlox is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Maybe not, but isn't it so pretty? I can't wait to put more around and cover the ground with them. Oh yeah, and I have some bush peas in that pot over there. I have bush peas in this pot. I have a couple more bush peas and some pansies. There's a hollyhock back there. And a lot of this aster that's self-seeded, you can see it all over. Let me move my shadow out of the way. So I'm excited for those. I need to move this every year. I say I need to move these asparagus because they do not look pretty when they're all leafed out. This little yellow ground cover is so pretty. I don't know what it's called. Let me know if you know. I'm excited for this Globemaster allium. I figured out what it was. And then these other alliums are looking, they're like, the leaves are already fading, which is so weird. They just came up and they're starting to bloom. I decided, oh, here's my path. This year, I got landscape fabric, so I will put some down. Not this year, maybe next, because I can just weed whack the little weeds. It's a lot to dig it out. I've done it 2 times. And so I'll do that, and then I'll put pea gravel again. And I decided that since this entrance is so wide, that I'm gonna, let me see if I can see my finger, take all of these plants out, or weeds. I have some onions from last year and some lamb's ear, so I'm gonna make it go like this and then put some more rocks so it's a more wide entrance. And there's kids' toys, broken kids' toys everywhere. I never get done picking them up. I have a tree over here and some strawberries and some poppies that self-seeded. I can't wait for those. A limelight hydrangea that's gonna be so pretty. And then I have a angel. There's my angel face rose, but it only has 1 branch that's living. So hopefully it doesn't die on me. And then my peony is gonna bloom for the first time. There's a little bloom right there. I have a tree peony back there that hasn't done anything. Hopefully it just makes it through the season. Everything's waking up. This privet, probably gonna have to move. Just trying to figure out what's going on. There's a yarrow over there. I thought I had a yarrow over here. I guess I don't anymore. And then here's my container garden. I have a cute little arrangement of perennial succulents, hen and chicks, and sedum. Then I have this is a magnolia. Then I have another peony a friend gave me, and then some strawberries, some more sedum, a lot of weeds, a really cool iris that's black, but I just moved it, so it's struggling. And then I have French sorrel, or sorrel, not sure how you pronounce it. So this made it through the winter, so it's like a green that you can, that's perennial, so that's kind of cool. Then I have a catmint, and then a blueberry that survived from last year. Then I moved this blueberry. It was the only one barely alive, and it does have blooms. You can see them right where. Oh, they're right here, look. And then I bought a second little one that already had blooms on it. There's a dwarf variety, so hopefully they cross-pollinate. I just put acidic soil mix in this, so hopefully it makes it. And as you can see, I've been working on my drip irrigation. These work really well. I tried making my own, but just taking regular irrigation tubes and then making little cuts all the way around. But these work a lot better. And that's just a thing when you're gardening. Once you start like building up stuff, you can invest in other things. But that worked fine. These work better. But that did the trick. That's why some of them still have them on there. Then I have more strawberries. I had to get rid of my that used to be my strawberry one. I have to get rid of all of them. I actually planted them out on another bed because they weren't producing anything. So those are all new. And there's a couple. Put some, because they like acidity, I put some over here. Then I have a rose over there. I think that's Perfuma Bliss. Yeah, you can. I'll show you my RV parking at 4. They used to be all weeds here. I pulled them out by hand. It was all ground thistle, so they poked me to death. And they're all under the, if you look under the landscape fabric, they're all like intertwined and tangled under there. It's pretty scary. So I have a lot of trash on the floor to try to help with the weed suppression. But the plan is to clear this area and then turn it into a cut flower garden, lay down landscape fabric, and then replace the rock as I go, little by little, because it would be very expensive and time consuming. I have my little dwarf peach that I bought this year, some mint. Then on my shed I have an Alberta spruce that I'm gonna turn into a topiary shape. I haven't decided what yet, but I have 2 of them. Once they look healthy this year, they didn't look so much. Then I have my hanging planters. I don't have much stuff out yet because, like I said, there's still another sedum, some branches. I have a crazy neighbor that doesn't let me burn branches in my fire pit. And then my apple tree is the liveliest thing right now. Usually I get only a couple of blooms, and I got 1 apple last year, so it looks like I might have a good apple harvest this year. We'll go through the, oh my god, so many dandelions. I had to watch my step to make sure I don't step on a bee. My linden is about to open up, and the exciting part about my linden this year is a cool freaking bird's nest. Look at that. It was so exciting to see the bird making it, because it's a little robin that would grab little tiny branches and put them up here, and then the wind would blow them. But this has been only a couple of days, and it's lined with mud, because it would get little bits of grass. Nothing in this pot yet, but I can't wait to put stuff in it. My sand cherry is about to bloom. So excited. My plum is almost done blooming. It's so pretty. Then I have this garden bed, which I can see from the kitchen, which is my favorite. I have little dotted. I went to someone's house and they had like a line of tulips, and it made me laugh. So I thought I would do it too. I took out the yellow ones. The yellow ones, those actually fade to a white. I love how much tulips change color. I still have to come in here and weed it. I'm gonna add some cardboard for weed suppression. And I don't know what I'll plant here, because now there's this development that happened back here, and now I don't get as much sun, so this is a shade garden. Strawberries work in it, peppers work in it. I've tried greens. It's mostly compost, so it doesn't hold water. It holds water too well, and then it dries out too well. And then my rhubarb is huge. I haven't cooked anything with it yet. I created this swing for my nephews, and then I put this one up, and then this one I bought for them for Christmas. Oh, I love this Japanese maple so much. That coral with that chartreuse green, so pretty, so surreal. We're gonna go through the dandelions again. Is it dandy or danda? Danda. My cherry's not doing great, probably because of these giant cottonwoods. My rose, I spent so much time tying it to this trellis. It's thornless, but it does have a couple of thorns, and they got me. I had to take them out of my fingers. Someone told me this was a nectarine. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a weedy tree. Well, then I have a couple of maples in pots. A whole lot of leaves that I use for mulch. A couple of weeds. A bluebeard, iris. Then I have a honeysuckle. There's a clematis over there. It's all gonna be so pretty. I'm so excited to see this covered in roses this year. Before they kind of just went up, now they're gonna go kind of created like a little rainbow. Keep trying not to step on any bees like that one. There's my bluebeard. My burning bush has never looked cool. Even in the fall, it doesn't really do anything. My currant, we got so many currants last year. It was so neat. What is something's poking my leg? Daily. More iris. Oh my god. Did I step on a bee and then it? And then I need to weed this area. Oh, I have an intense pain on my what do you call it? On my heel. Then more toys. I put peas here in the late winter, and they came up, which was so exciting. These are bush peas, so I'll take them out as soon as I want to put them to me. Oh, and they like to use everywhere like a dump. My compost is overran, so I had to start a new pile next to it. Not looking forward to it. There's a lot of dry stuff in there, mostly. I have a lilac right here, and then some stuff planted. I have some veronica right there. I have a little trash, Fashion Nova, not sponsored, and some beautiful what are these called? Daffodils. And then a dying hydrangea. You can see a little bit of life right there. So there's some iris that I need to move because it's too shady over here. How do I block the camera? Because this part is hideous. But I'll show you. You can see like just a bunch of trash. Then I have a bunch of seedlings. My new favorite thing is when they come up in the regular cells is to use like the multi-cells, and I just put the little seedlings in there when I'm separating them to see if they live. Because doing little cups, it gets expensive and it gets really time consuming. So that's an easier way to go about it. Because if they die there, it's not a big deal. Then I have some hydrangea cuttings. I think they're all dead. Some poppies. They don't look great. Oh, my cosmos. It had some babies in there, but the cold killed them. Some onions. Some sweet peas. Lettuce, double petal hollyhock. That's it. Then this is all pansies because I want to put them all in my shady area where I can't have stuff growing. Then that's cilantro, which I'm gonna try to put in the shady area because it likes the cold. It doesn't like the heat. I think that's those are snapdragons. And they have that soil mix that came from Walmart, the cheap one full of wood that dries out really quickly. So the top constantly dries out on it, so things can't germinate in it very well. Hate it. Some Madame Butterfly snapdragons. I need to pot those up. And then some portulaca that I'm growing out for a friend. I have some bunny tails grass, milkweed, peppers, delphiniums, zinnias. More delphiniums and peppers. I forgot what this called. The gray stuff was called. Japanese forest grass that overwintered. A new heuchera I got. Isn't it so pretty? I love anything chartreuse. Then a heuchera I'm recovering. I've pulled it out and there's roots growing around it. I got it from my old job. A mouse like ate all the roots on the inside, but there was still like some roots and some like parts of roots, and it was kind of had little roots all over, so I thought I might be able to make it work. Some rehab hostas, more sweet peas, another rose. I'm so excited for this one. It's a Princess Charlene de Monaco. It's so pretty. And then I have a Hope for Humanity rose. I forgot what that rose was. Then some sedum that I'm propagating. One that I'm rehabbing. Over here I have nothing, but it's ready for when it warms up. Then I have a Japanese maple that's doing really great. I love a tiny pot, big tree. Then I have some evergreens for year-round interest. A really pretty ball one, a Daphne that's really fragrant. Then I have a clematis, Leyland cypress. These get 100 feet tall, but they kind of look like a arborvitae. And then some really pokey junipers on both sides. Another clematis. And I think this is an Austrian pine. This one has strawberries and muscari, grape hyacinth. Oh, and they both have sweet peas all over. So these are all going to be all blooming. That tree is full of beautiful leaves now. They're burgundy hearts. And then I hope I get some blooms. These look like they might be these little ones. And then I put some flowers in that one. And then my snowball bush is, my viburnum is blooming, more pink. That dangerous mood iris is almost done. Really excited for these. Where's it? Look at this color is gonna be so good. Haven't put anything in those. Haven't figured out. Oh, and the aster went, the larkspur went crazy. Everything's just grown in a lot more. This is the first time of this one blooming. I think, I forgot what it's called, but it's one of those fancier blooming onion, not blooming onions, ornamental onions. My iris aren't bloom. Oh yeah, I created this garden bed. That's just strawberries and a whole bunch of poppies and strawberries. My cucumbers, this is a new garden bed that used to be weeds. And my trellises that I made out of strapping, which are $1 each for 8 feet. So, and then sunflowers. My roses are about to open. Very excited. My fig is alive and didn't die all the way back this year because I put it in the garage instead of leaving it out. So that helped a lot. Oh, look, the first petal. Then that catmint is in bloom. You can see my little ice plant is gonna be red, which that's so exciting. Still no blooms on the peony. My apple tree is full of apples. My pink iris are about to open. Oh, and then do you all want to see the birds? Last time the mom bird got, oh, she's there. She's mad. She does not want, okay, I'll just show you a little bit. See those little babies? Oh, they're pissed. They are not happy. Oh my God. Oh, I put some flowers in that one. This one's not blooming, but it's so pretty. My plums is full of plums. I'm so excited. This area is such a weedy mess. Buying weed is such a horror. I don't know. I haven't done it much over here. I think I planted just this spinach over here. And I put them some cardboard and some, I think this was from the fire pit. Mostly ash and compost from the fire pit. And there's, you know, things are growing healthy in it. A bunch of sunflowers right there. Which, that's what I'm going to do again until I figure out what to do about buying weed. I'm just going to keep growing sunflowers. Okay, so there's the dahlias with agastache behind it, or hyssop, I'm not sure. And then I'm going to have sunflowers. I have some in the back, and I'm going to have more running through the back. And then I have, I think, not much different from this. This is a new garden bed since since I started filming the tour. And then this is all the same, just a little bit more grown in. And then lastly, I have put a dent in all the seedlings I have going on. Still a few. I'm excited for these purple lobelia. I have so many. And it used to be so tiny. It used to be probably, that's probably one of them. That's how tiny they started out. Now they're to a good size. Still haven't planted these marigold, but I'm just scared of when the earwigs start devouring them, because they can destroy them in a night. So if that happens, I'll have to dig them out. Wherever I put them, my ice plant is blooming really beautifully. Yeah, I planted a cherry there. My magnolia has a little bloom. This already bloom. My lilac has a tiny little bloom. My roses are about to open. This little tree form. That's a privet. I don't know if it's got a iron deficiency or if it just looks that cool, but I love the color. And I forget what that's called, but it's really pretty. My iris are in bloom, but the sun knocked them down. So I had to, if you look really closely, I tied them to the fence. This honeysuckle always gets a aphid outbreak. It's very annoying. I'm excited that my clematis that I planted here came back. You can see a couple of leaves right there. They're not very green, but they're holding on. My ranunculus is looking good. I can't wait. This is my first time that they don't die right away. And so I'm excited for those. I planted a little heuchera right there, chartreuse one. There's my purple one. My lilies just haven't been stepped on yet. Look how big these maple leaves are because it's in the shade. I actually cut this down. I used to have the giant maple over there. These are some pansies I grew from seed. They look more like violas to me, but okay. Look how pretty these colors are. It's got so many like kinds of purple. My cilantro, I actually just cut it down yesterday. I had it with some pho. The only annuals that I like purposely purchase are these purple ones. Oh, and then some white ones down there. I'm hoping they self-seed. They're kind of done blooming. Oh yeah, my hosta. More maples. More maple seedlings or saplings. Then I brought my houseplants outside. Let me just show you the other pansy. So this is what my cilantro looked like before I cut it down. It's a nice height. And then more of those little purple alyssum. More of the pansies. I planted some nasturtiums right here. These are, I think, a dwarf red. I just want a lot of color right here because it's kind of in the dark. And what else? I think I have some snapdragon seedlings. So, because I used to have snapdragons in here, so I really hope that's what that is. Okay, now for houseplants. So there's all those. Some arborvitae, some ferns I bought and divided into 3 of them. This I just got the other day. It's called a Geo something. If you look closely, it's like a purple. It's got a purple vein. It's got a purple back. It's really pretty. The one annual I'm always looking for. Well, besides anything double petal, but this is really one of my favorites. Is a Rockapulco Impatiens. So it looks like a little rose, but you can have it in the shade. There's some down there that are doing okay. Some down there that are not doing okay at all. Just a whole bunch of pansies for color. My beloved Mandula. My palm. Some more arborvitae and some more plants. My little shamrock is coming back. This one has seen better days. This is magical. Then not much exciting over here, except for that beautiful color. And then arborvitae. This is where I have a bunch of little cuttings that I'm hoping will take. My black lace elderberry. I think it's got blooms coming, yeah. And that's the tour. Gonna leave you with my favorite, which is the Snowball Viburnum.